Hey y'all, we're coming from out on the streets. We've been out already doing emergency outreach ahead of this cold. It's literally, I call this the cliff. We're gonna see a 40-degree drop by in the morning. So this is some really dangerous weather and 100% chance of rain ahead of then dropping to 28. So this is very dangerous weather for people, and so we've been out. We spent all afternoon making sure people have gear. Most of the people that we saw today didn't have sleeping bag, a tent, gloves, hot hands, things like that, blankets. So we've been going out to camps and also just spending time on the streets downtown, making sure that people have what they need to survive this cold weather, informing people about shelter options, making sure that people know the buses are free this month in January, and just informing people so that they know that this storm is coming. Often the other thing that happens for so many of our friends on the streets, if they don't have access to news very readily, they have no idea that this cliff is coming. It's been really, really warm, unseasonably warm, and so suddenly seeing this 40-degree drop in less than 12 hours is really a dangerous situation. So we want to make sure that people know what's coming and that they have what they need.
They already canceled school for tomorrow.
Yeah, schools are canceling, so it's, you know, we expect winter weather to come in, and so we want to make sure that we're always ahead of the storm, getting people what they need. Thanks so much to so many who have been getting us the things that we need to do outreach, like blankets, sleeping bags, tents. We had a school down in Hendersonville do a huge drive for us. So much of that came from students. Thank you. We have so many youth that have been working with us. Art Space is another school that did a drive for us. Blackbird Art and Frame is doing a cold weather drive right now where you can drop off gear on Merriman Avenue. Just drove by their location. We're here at one of our street pantries. So this is the other arm that we have. We go out ahead of the storm. We're trying to make sure that we are finding people at campsites and on the streets. But we also use our street pantries, 15 now, where we will place cold weather gear so that if somebody has an emergency in the middle of the night and they don't have what they need, they can go to our street pantries and get the essentials. So that's what we're getting ready to do
and
right
we
now.
receive a call a message this afternoon.
So somebody that didn't have a tent and sleeping bag, somebody reached out to us to run across somebody on the street and needed gear, and so that's what we're doing, is answering these calls, going out.
And a family then asked us for help because
we have a family, that's right, that reached out to us this morning, who 2 children, they've been living in their car. We've been able to help them get into a place to be tonight, but we certainly need support in helping to find them a permanent place, because that's what we want to do. We don't want folks to be in this sort of night-to-night situation. They have pets, and so this is one of those things that we've been telling folks about, is why we need emergency shelter for all. Is here's this family that is in this situation with 2 children and pets, and so they're not able to access shelter where they can all stay together. So these are the circumstances, and these are things that we're sort of on the front row witnessing, and so we want to let you know about it, because that's not the story that often has been kind of going around about this emergency shelter for all. And this is what we mean when we say high access. Sometimes people use the word low barrier. It's not about how things are structured and run. It's about making sure that people like this that have very human circumstances, they lost their housing, they have work, but they're struggling to find housing, and so now they're in this situation with their kids and their pets, and so these are the kind of folks that we don't have shelter for right now in our community.
And a lot, like you think, this family started the year in this way, and we have another family then they use lost water, they cut the water of them because they haven't able to pay the bill of water, and we are helping them to.
That's right. So this happens a lot. You know, this is somebody who had a family emergency with their child who was very sick, and then they were not, and then a car repair that came up all of a sudden because your transportation dies, and then it's just sort of this free fall that happens. typically because life circumstances, right? An illness that winds somebody up in the hospital, and so you know, if you have a child in the hospital, you can't go to work because you have to take care of your child and be there for them. Something breaks on your car, and you're suddenly in this situation where you don't have transportation, and you need to fix that immediately. And you maybe are addressing these things as they come down, and all of a sudden, you know, 1 or 2, 3 of those things sort of happen all at once, and it snowballs you into this place where you start beginning to lose things like your water service, your power, your housing. And so that can free fall people to the streets, and so that's what we want to prevent, and that's what we're working. So we, you know, if you're new to Be Love, that's something that you might want to know is like we work sort of from the gamut to prevention, to try to prevent homelessness, working with people right on the street, which is what a lot of people know us for, and making sure that people have gear and that they're safe. All the way to these long-term solutions like our Be Love Village, where we're building homes that not only are deeply affordable but also have equity to help lift people out of poverty, because we know equity creates this cushion of savings and support for folks. So we're sort of going from every angle to advocating for public policy changes that make sense in terms of getting the things that we need in place so that everybody in our whole community has a social safety net. And you may not think you'll ever need that, but I can tell you I hear that from a lot of people that we run into. They never thought that they would need a social safety net, and then something happened, or more than one thing happened on top of the other, and then they wind up homeless or approaching homelessness. And so this is the work that we do, is to go from that whole gamut of prevention to long-term solution to advocacy to direct, right on the ground working with people and connecting, because as we get to know people, that's how we can really come around people and support and really know what we need in our community to create the kind of solutions that are really going to lead us to a place, you know, ideally where we have no homelessness, and we can do that. We can absolutely make that happen. And so that's some of the work that we're engaged in. Again, this is an emergency situation, an emergent situation of this cold weather that's happening in our community that we need to be really aware of, that's coming right now. So ways that you can help us supply winter survival kits. So we've been doing that all day. And I have one in here. Let's see if I can find one real quick to kind of show you what's in there.
Mark, I hope that I am saying your name right, is saying, as always out there doing the thing. Yeah, I think it's Sunday today.
Yeah, today's Sunday. You know,
everything is closed.
Holiday weekend still, and so much is closed, and so we saw a lot of people that haven't been able to access resources over the holidays, and that's what we do. Is, you know, this is our work, and this is why we're here.
And the gloves, show the gloves there.
Yeah, so this is our emergency tent. So we gave out lots of these. This has a silver mylar that when somebody places this up and climbs inside of this, in 20-degree weather, this will get to about 56 degrees in just a couple of hours. So that's super life-saving. Hot Hands. I want to thank our friend Amanda who bought Hot Hands through Second Gear, which is one of our awesome local businesses that's actually supporting us this month. And Second Gear came through and matched her donation. And so we were able to get this huge box of Hot Hands that we're using right now here, getting ready for the storm.
So Mark is saying, please tell me how to purchase the kit so I can pass it along and help with some.
Thank you so much, Mark. Here's another sleeping bag that goes in our kit. I'm going to grab one of these to show you and tell you more about how you can help with these winter kits. So your winter kit gets this insulated tent, which is awesome, the sleeping bag. We have a regular tent that goes with it. All of this we are able to purchase in bulk while we can do this. And so for $50, if you donate that to us, we can do a winter survival kit. These gloves that go down to -20, which are so important, they're waterproof. If you lose your hands out here, then you're going to have a very hard time taking care of yourself in an emergency. And so these gloves are really essential with the Hot Hands to making sure that people's hands can still work. in the cold weather so that they can take care of themselves. And we have socks, lots of hot hands in here. This is really awesome. It's an emergency sleeping bag. Also has this technology that turns heat back to itself. We have some really great toiletries in here. Emergencies. We know we're not only in a cold weather emergency, but in a pandemic emergency that is ongoing. So keeping people's immune systems up during this flu season and of course during this variant of the virus, hand sanitizer, things like that that go in here. A toboggan hat. There's just lots of things that we stuff into this winter survival kit that are so important.
And I was thinking that it's no better way to start or wait to the 14th year than doing the work.
Yes. So we're going into our 14th year, so it's our 13th anniversary on January 1st on New Year's Day. And so we're starting this new year doing the work, because that's hopefully what Be Loved to Be, is that we're coming together, all of us, all of you, like Mark, who was reaching out saying, how can I help? We want to make this a place where you can engage and be a part of the community, and all of us collectively doing this big work together of making a difference to so many people in our community. And so that's what's happening in the new year. So again, if you want to get a winter survival kit, you can hop on our website at belovedasheville.com. You can donate right there on our Get Involved page. $50 supplies all of that I was showing you in a winter survival kit, because again, we're coming together collectively to be able to buy in bulk so we can get this really good life-saving gear. It's really powerful. You can also do that on Venmo at Beloved-Asheville or Cash App $BelovedAsheville are some of the ways that you can donate. Or you can send a check via our P.O. Box 6386 Asheville 28816. We're going to be needing these all season. We're just sort of getting started in what we consider this emergency season. Although we had 20-degree weather in November, a lot of it already. But we're going to need a lot more of this gear coming up, because that's what we know. That's the path that we're going in. We also continue to advocate for more emergency shelter for everybody in our community. We know that this can happen. Meantime, we're out here on the streets making sure that people stay alive, because that's so important. These are precious, amazing human beings. Somebody was telling me tonight, I have an amazing brain, he said, and I'm like, I know you do. And I'm out here because, I'm caring too. He's out trying to take care of the city. He was picking up trash when we saw him today, and asking us for tools to be able to help do that, which is awesome. Speaking of tools, this is something else that's really helpful. This is Sterno. We never get enough of this in the winter. Safe Heat, as it's called. This provides 6 hours of heat and is really helpful. And these run about $1. And you can get these at a variety of stores like Dollar Tree and your Targets and places like that. So these are really important to stock. So let's go stock this pantry. We're going to head out here. Again, this is one of 15 pantries in the community. Lots of people adopt these pantries. Thank you so much. So we have people in the community that fill these every day. You can volunteer to do that if you'd like. Send us a message over on our website or right here where you're watching. Really as easy as this. I just bring a container. We send you a list that we've kind of curated of things that we know people really need, and you pick from that list like a menu. You can also randomly fill these. So if you're watching and you want to go out and fill a street pantry sometime this week in the cold weather so that people can access, we would love for you to do that. You can hop on Google Maps and just map Beloved street pantries, and I'll show you where the street pantries are. So that's what these are recycled newspaper boxes, and we just fill them. So we're putting in some of our kits. So gloves, you can put gloves in here, and then the Sterno.
Hey, how you doing?
Non-perishable food.
Hey, nice to see you.
What's going on?
How you been?
I ain't never caught no food in this thing before. Y'all putting food in there tonight?
Yeah, we're
okay.
Yeah, right. Can I offer you some? I've got some soup going on here. It's really good for you.
We have gloves. These
gloves
are very good.
Have you got one of our winter kits yet?
Oh, no.
Let me get you that. So just have gloves on here. Really, really helpful for you there. How about, and do you have a, I'm going to grab one of these out and just put it in here. You got one of those insulated tent shit?
I ain't never got nothing like this.
Alright, I'll tell you how this works. So it's got the silver side in here. That's what you're going to climb down in.
Okay.
It'll get up to about 56 degrees in 2 hours. Okay, so it works really well. And you set it up. You can set it up just like a tent, or you can just climb in it like a sleeping bag. Alright. Speaking of, can I get you a sleeping bag?
Yeah.
Alright, we'll do that.
It's right here.
Do you know about Coca-Cola that we're going into Coca-Cola?
I went to that. I went to it. It was up here last week, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are they going what days?
It's going in tonight, so you can go in tonight if you want.
Up here? All right.
It's open all week, so if you
So I
want,
can go there tonight.
you can go right up there right now if you want.
Yeah, buses are free all this month.
That's right here.
Yeah.
Man, I think they don't start running though.
Oh, they start running today?
Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
It stops early, but you can walk up.
You sure they have it tonight?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they called it tonight.
I'm going up there right now, girl.
Throughout the week, yeah.
Oh, week.
Do you want to grab a sleeping bag from me now, or you
Yeah,
want to
I'll
wait?
take it
Okay,
now.
let me go get that for you. So when you need it, you have it.
Yeah, this is the reason for it. It's very important and very powerful, this street, bill of street boundaries, because
That's right.
it's where is
Where we
needed.
meet our friends, right? In Foreman, yeah. So it's going down at 40 degrees.
Yeah, I took my phone. It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think it's all I need. Y'all can get it to somebody else.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Well, you can reach out to us anytime if you need this.
All right.
You let me know. Okay. I'm so glad to see you. Can I get a hug for New Year's? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yes, sir. You want to carry that?
Yeah.
I just checking. Yeah, that's a good thing. We got some socks, too.
Looking at so long. Big love.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. How are y'all? Good. to
Good.
see you. How was y'all with Christmas and New Year? It's beautiful. We spent with a lot of beautiful people. Right here. Right out on the street. How you doing?
We was going to the store and I said, we're going to go check out the food pantry, y'all.
Well, here we are.
I
We're
said,
here.
y'all
Yeah,
should
we
be
just
here.
started. I'll give you that. Yeah, let's
Y'all have a
see.
blessed night, all
We
right?
How you doing?
We're just getting started.
That cold.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. That's an insulated tent right there.
A tent.
So you can. It has a silver part right here, so you can get inside that, and then you get about in 20-degree weather, about 56 degrees in 2 hours. Inside here. Yep.
I'm definitely keeping that.
So that's life saving. Have y'all heard?
Yeah, and we have jackets, so you need jackets too.
Let's see. Let's look at this one. And we got more in the truck. This one has one zipped in. We have other things, and you want to come look at the truck? Let's go look in there and see what we got.
You have a big heavy coat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we have big ones. Yeah.
Come on over to the truck because this is one I can roll in here because it's small, but I got other ones. Come on, let's go look. Yeah. I'm just making sure that we're running close purple too. Let's see what we have size-wise for y'all. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I'll hop in here. This one probably fit you really good. It's got a good hood and it's very warm. Try that out and see. Now I've got this one is lined with a hood. If you want that, and I've got some other ones. We'll just see which one you take a look and see.
Got ones everywhere.
Oh, this
I've
would be
got lots
plenty
of
big
different
enough
sizes.
without taking my coat off and getting cold.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a good one.
This will be
for you.
plenty
I know
big
it's going to
enough.
work for you. Let's see. Pretty. Then I've also got this that's going to fit you as well.
Oh,
And you're welcome to both if you need to layer. Like this one can go under that probably if you want. Okay, okay. Yep, it does have a hole. Have what now?
Yeah.
I don't have any currently on the bus. But let me get y'all. You need blankets. I need some pillows. Yeah, I need blankets. I've got. Oh yeah. It's to heat up, so you open this up, you light it, and it's going to be hot for about 6 hours. If you're interested in that. So what about this comforter? You want that too?
Yeah, just put the line the fire with it.
Yeah, and I don't know, you know that we have free buses all this month.
Free buses running free throughout January.
Yeah.
So Actual transit?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, thanks for letting us know that.
Oh, nice. Yeah. It's gonna be free.
We're gonna have to take this back to your house before we. Can I have one of those?
Yeah, I put one right on top of here.
I didn't do that.
Yeah.
I got it right inside of here. I don't at the moment. I know I've got this other pillow. There you go.
Y'all don't have no more tents or something.
No, we already gave all the tents away. Yeah, we came from other places. So yeah, we only have blankets right now.
Take this back to the house and then come back down to the store.
Okay.
I didn't know they were
Hey.
getting all
We was lucky.
these. Yeah, we were. Well, I told him, I said,
Yeah, we had a good time.
it's been a few days, and I said, they should already refilled or, and y'all was down here.
Yeah. You usually came to check this pantry here?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
nice.
always come down here this time.
Nice.
It comes in handy. I appreciate y'all.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. It's a lot of people that help us to refill the pantry, so yeah, we are very thankful that people support this project.
I'll donate something one of these days. I'll put it in the box.
Oh, nice.
That's awesome. Do y'all need help carrying anything? I got
Well, wait, what? Yes.
I got some like
Good thanks. Good thanks.
I've got some tote bags. I've got some totes like this or
You don't have
boxes.
a book bag that goes on your back?
No, I know.
Tote bags.
I'll take one of these if you've got an extra.
You got some more leather gloves?
See that over here.
Do you have any more gloves? I know that.
I'll carry it. We gotta go to the house for before we go to the grocery store now.
And get you all covered.
Now I can figure out how to get these birds.
Let's see, I may have to help you a little bit. I have to sometimes. Yeah, they
Put
get.
them in use.
You just got to unhook the little clip there.
Can't carry all this in the box.
There we go. Let's see. Let me grab this. And then see if we can
Lay down on me.
I think it'll be right in here. Perfect. There we go.
Now, can you handle the rest of it?
You put that on there.
No.
You want a bag to put this stuff in?
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad I got to meet y'all. My name's Martha.
Oh, Martha?
Eric.
Martha and Eric. Oh, nice. Nice to meet
We're
you.
staying at his house for the time being, but
There it goes. I told you.
we're expecting to be,
Oh,
yeah.
no.
For the moment, when he let us stay with him for Christmas
Oh,
and the New Year, and I thought that was sweet of him.
oh yeah.
Well, I'm letting them stay longer now because cold weather.
Oh yeah.
So it started off raining tonight
Till
and
they find
ended
a
up
place they're
snowing.
going to be in.
Oh,
And I've been listening to the news on the
Her and her friends.
radio, watching all that. So it started out raining and ended up snowing.
yeah. It's gonna be very cold. I never met somebody that is called Martha. My sister is called Martha too. Yeah.
Can I have one more of those heating things? That's little. It'll go down in here. Yes, sir.
There we
I
go.
ain't no weakie.
Vicky.
I ain't no
Thanks.
Good to meet y'all. Take care. I'm so glad we ran into you.
Oh, Happy New Year to you too.
All right, so I'm gonna go back. I guess we'll grab.
Okay, let me see. Joy say, please mention the food have to be prepared and or cooked and bags or dry beans or are what's not helpful in the pantries to
Thank you, Joy. So Joy is one of our awesome pantry doctors. Good friend for so long to feed us. Thank you for that. So, yeah, what's really helpful in here, and I can sort of share more of that, non-perishable food items. Well, most folks that access these pantries don't have kitchens. So things like dry beans, what Joy was saying, or like uncooked spaghetti are not.
Oh, you're welcome.
Take care, y'all. So, non-perishable food like cans of soup, chili, macaroni and cheese, protein bars, granola bars. Fruit is really good. The canned fruit or fruit cups. Other kind of snack foods are helpful. Water, things like that are very helpful in this. So these are not really traditional, what you would call traditional street pantry. Food pantries. In terms of most of the folks that come here don't have a kitchen, so it needs to be something that they can really easily eat just right as it's in there.
Yeah, Becky said, what is needed most?
What's needed most are helping with winter survival kits, hot hands, sterno, which are those little silver cans I showed you earlier, sleeping bags, tents, blankets are very helpful, socks are very helpful. So you'll see we've got some socks in here that we're going to put in our pantry tonight. So I've got lots of these different items. So here's some really thick socks. These are going to be really helpful in keeping people warm, so you lose a lot of heat through your head and your feet. So thick socks are really important because if your feet get wet, which can happen either you're walking, a lot of times you step in a puddle or something like that, or if your feet just start sweating and they get wet. So that's really important.
Mira Smith said, "Where is your warm coat and hat, Amy?"
Oh, I don't have one on yet because it's not very cold right now, and that's why this is so very dangerous. Is the cliff's getting ready to happen. So I do have my really cold street gear on that I wear when we go out in, say, 10-degree weather and 8-degree weather. That's really important.
And Joy answered to Mira. Mira Smith, Godwin, she's going on adrenaline.
Yeah, I am going on adrenaline some days, for sure. But we haven't hit that cliff yet, so it's probably in the 50s right now. And we're getting ready just to plunge. And soon it's going to be pouring the rain. So we got hand warmers in here. That's really important. We've got lots of ponchos. That's going to be really important. So imagine it's going to be 100% chance of rain tonight at about 9 and 10 o'clock. So if all your stuff gets wet right then going into this plunge, that can be very, very dangerous. So ponchos are really important.
And Marta was telling me that they always, when they walk around this area, they always came to check the pantry, and they always find amazing things.
So Marta and her partner had been in a tent, and the gentleman that she was with has graciously let them stay a couple of nights over the New Year, which is really awesome. And there's a lot of generous people out there like that. Most of those folks are on leases where they can only maybe have people a few nights out of the year. And many people do open their doors because they know what it feels like.
Do you remember what Walton used to say? Then he always would like to have people in his house when he received a public housing apartment. Only was too many restrictions and he can do it.
Couldn't do it, and he really wanted to open his home up during Code Purple, which is really amazing because he knew what it feels like. So these are peanut butter crackers. Again, if you're trying to keep your body warm, it takes a lot of calories to keep your body warm and cold. So we want to make sure that we're getting people food that they can eat. So we've got soup, and here's some more of these protein bars that I talked about. So we got a lot of them to put in here. We're going to go back and grab some more soup. Lots of hot hands. These are lifesavers to me. So my hands will start to turn, the tips of them will start to turn just really white. So they'll just get really pale and they'll start to go really quickly. And so for some people, that's a real situation of danger. Again, we've got rain ponchos. Lots of people ask for water. So now more than ever with the pandemic, it's very hard to access water for people. And so people ask us for water.
Yeah, because they say they only have access to water in one place or two places here in downtown or close to downtown. So the other places is parks, then it's farther for where they are in the afternoon. So
that's right. Sternos, this is what we were showing earlier. So this is really helpful.
And where people can find these ones?
They run about $1. This one, it looks like, came from Sam's. You can get them at Target, any place like that. A lot of the drugstores carry Sterno. A lot of the dollar stores carry Sterno, like Dollar Tree and Dollar General. So that is incredibly helpful.
Yeah, today we share, how many coats you think that we share? Probably around 70, 80?
Oh yeah, 70, 80 coats easily shared today. Tents.
Sleeping bags.
Sleeping bag. We can't keep enough tents and sleeping bags. This is constant.
And we're gonna go out tomorrow to.
Yeah, so we'll be going out around the clock this week throughout. But we like to get ahead of this emergency. So that's what we're doing right now. As we're coming out to the streets ahead of the emergency. Like you just saw, we sent a gentleman to shelter directly because he didn't know that it was Code Purple, because Code Purple has just been called for today. It hasn't been going for this past week.
Yeah, every person that we have met today, we have been telling them about the Code Purple and about the free buses.
And the buses are really essential because that's how people often get to shelter, to get to food, to other resources. And so we want to advocate for free buses in our community because that's, again, another way that we can do this work. It's really important. It's really essential work. And shout out to our friends at Better Buses. Together have been doing this transit advocacy work for a long time, which is really awesome. So again, getting out ahead of the storm, making sure that people have what they need, encountering people on the street is really essential. It's really one of the things that we do, and it's so important. I think not a lot of people recognize, they think, oh, there's shelters, but you saw tonight just how hard it is. Many people don't know kind of what's going on.
Yeah, these are important. We always invite people to share the live stream, share whatever posting we do in social media, only share mouth by mouth, because sometimes it's very powerful still doing it like the old times, like the way that we are doing it today. Then it's mouth by mouth, letting people know. Then it's this free resource of the buses, and it's a code purpose. So letting people know when you are in a conversation with them is the same powerful than sharing social media.
That's right. So we want to let y'all know that. It's Code Purple going on through this week. And again, we have limited shelter options. We now have a 50-bed shelter for men that ABCCN is running right up the road here. Salvation Army is taking a few women in their lobby. But like Poncho said, we ran into families that are not being able to access shelter, that we're finding space for them to get them out of the cold. But we don't have enough shelter space for everybody in our city, and we certainly don't have the right kind of resources for particularly special circumstances like families that are going through homelessness right now. More and more people. And let me also just reach out and say, if you know of spaces, we have a desperate need for housing. More and more people need housing in our community. So any way that you can help with that, if you know of a place, if you have a place, let us know. We got somebody coming up behind us. What's going on?
Hey, how you doing?
I was watching the Facebook video.
So this is our love. It did such an amazing benefit for us over the holiday, acoustic holiday. It was so amazing.
It was so fun.
I still get chills thinking about it. It just really warmed my heart. And so much of the gear that we raised that night has been going out on the streets in this weather. So thank you. Thank you for coming to meet up.
Yeah, I was watching the Facebook feed while I was cleaning out my bedroom, and so I got some blankies and some.
Oh, nice.
I've done a lot more.
Now that's direct, y'all. Watch it and get in the car.
I just live right down there, and I was like, that's Amy, that's not you.
And this is what it is. This is the power.
This is the power of all of us together, the collective, because that's what we've been talking about. This is about community and what we can do. We don't have to sit kind of idly by. We can get out and proactively put living out.
Yeah, and I was sitting there watching you guys and just thinking to myself, like, how much you guys do every single day. And so at first I second-guessed myself, because I was like, this is just a little bitty bag of things. But,
Huge. Yeah, and so don't second-guess yourself. I think that's a really great point that you make. Because this is the difference between life and death for somebody, right in this bag. You think, well, that's not a lot, but it is. This can make all the difference, right, for folks.
Like the many people that we haven't met today, then they was not having even a jacket.
So many people didn't have gloves, jacket, a hat, sleeping bags. That's what always astonishes me when we go out in this really bitter cold weather, as we run into. I'll never forget just seeing people with hands that are just red from the cold that don't have gloves on, like that. Real essential.
And it's because when you start talking with somebody, people's gonna be like this person that was texting here in the comments. Oh, it's very warm and it's not very cold. Only tomorrow it's gonna be very cold. People are not ready, because when you don't have access to the information, like you don't have access to internet, you don't have access to the news, you don't know that tomorrow is gonna be very cold. So
last time this happened, we had this happen just a few weeks ago, where we had this cliff thing that happened. We literally were standing out in it, and I remember it was kind of like this. It was a little bit balmy, and all of a sudden it just like dropped, and you felt it
downtown.
run through your body. And we were downtown, and then drove east in our truck, and just happened out of the periphery. I saw like something. I wasn't even sure what it was, and I was like, I think that's a person. And we turned around, and there was an elder man that was literally sitting on the sidewalk, and he had nothing but the clothes on his back. And it was just such a dangerous time. It felt below freezing, and we were like, if we hadn't come upon him, I shudder to think what could have happened. we ended up calling EMS because he was in a really dangerous situation. He was definitely on the edge of hypothermia, and we were able to get him into the hospital. So, and I just think, what if we hadn't found him? We were putting gear like immediately on him. These emergency tent. We just put him inside of it and wrapped blankets around him. I remember you were trying to get. He couldn't even get gloves on his hands. So I just literally put the gloves on his hands and put hands in. And then we were able to call 911 for him. And I remember him saying, "I don't know what this thing is that you put me in, but I feel it. I feel it. I don't know what this thing is." And so I was like, "Oh, that's our winter survival team." And so it's really important. It really immediately warms people up. And so again, this is just so essential. I just love it.
I love it too.
We should put some of this in here.
Yeah, I got a little bit of canned stuff too.
Oh, nice.
Let's put that in a few things.
Yeah, and we hope that the people that are watching feel inspired too, because this moment is about inspiration, about us knowing that we can be that change.
So we got some Smarty soup. This is awesome because we had just filled this, and the people came and they were able to get this. So we got chili. This is what I'm talking about right here. These kind of heavy meals in a can, because you're burning calories. It's something I needed to learn in the cold, because people's body burn lots and lots of calories. And this I love too. So this crushed pineapple has lots of vitamin C in it. It is really helpful. So this is really helpful in fighting off flu and fighting off COVID even. I'm looking to see. So and it's got vitamin D in it too. So those two, that's a powerful punch. I love it. And chicken broth, I mean, that's what your mama gives you, right? To warm you up and care for you and make sure that you're feeling okay.
And we could, those are all individually wrapped if you want to just stick
check it.
those.
Oh, nice.
Chocolate. Let me talk about this, because this is really, I was talking about this at Christmas when we were going out and giving stockings on the streets. People need care of the body, and that's what we've been stocking in here, but you also need care of your soul. I don't know if anybody else's spirits have been just dwindling, because it's been a climb the last 2 years. And so imagine being homeless during that. And for so many of our friends we were talking today, they've been moved around because they've been evicted from their camps time and time again over this year. And so just a little something to say, like, I care about you, and like, I'm all about my sweet tooth. That's something y'all need to know. And so for somebody to say, hey, you know what, for your sweet tooth, there's some chocolate, because this is called comfort food. This is what makes you feel better on the inside when things are hard.
And I was thinking that something that made me feel better is this day that we was in the One World Brewery, hearing everybody singing, and this amazing, we was like, what? And later came another musician, and we was like, what? Another one, and everybody have different styles, and
young people to elders.
Yeah.
I really loved that.
Yeah.
Like, that was really
Yeah,
powerful.
that was
I'm like,
special.
this
Yeah, it
is
was.
all of us. And it didn't feel like, sometimes you go to concerts with like a rock star kind of mentality. But it was like, and I'm talking about on point musically. Like, the music was like outstanding.
and very diverse, like everybody have different.
Just humble and like cheering each other on and loving each other, and like the diversity of ages, and like I just loved it.
Well, before I saw the Facebook feed, I was thinking March is Women's History Month, so I was thinking what a perfect time to get us back together again to do it again. And bigger
Yes,
this time
it's all
because,
women,
yeah,
which is amazing.
we can raise more money because we have more time to plan for it. So
I love it. I
March.
love it. And so this is a great example. It's one of the things that I say to lots of people. It doesn't matter what you love to do. You can put it to work for the community. So this woman loves to sing. I really should say sing. I'm talking about from the toes up. And I like to sing. So it really I'm like, yeah. So using that gift for the community is really powerful. So I say, like, whatever you love to do, you can do that for the community. I love to tell kids that. That think about what are your gifts. Do you like to build things? Come help us build houses for people. Do you like to design things? Are you an artist? Are you a musician? I came from a place in Atlanta. It's kind of some of my roots. There was this little community, and it was like all elders. They had dwindled down. It was this little church, and they came together one day, and they were like, what could we do? And all they could think of that they knew how to do was bake casseroles. No kidding. And this woman literally came in one day when they were open, walked in the door. She lived in the neighborhood in a public housing complex. And she stood up and she said, "There's a famine in the land." And I'm like, she just called those casserole making elders and do something with your gift. And they did. They started doing that with their gift, and then they started opening their doors, and it just revitalized the whole place. And I came many decades after that. But I kind of come from that legacy of people being like, I don't know what we can do, but we can bake some casseroles or something. So think about like whatever you like to do. That is something. And maybe, I love these because this is, my kid people love to come out here. We have a mom and her 9-year-old. They adopted a pantry, and they do it every week. As a part of school, they do school. Which I love. And they come and they fill and they do creative things. And so all of that to say is community really needs our gifts. We need community. When we can share our gifts, we begin to fall in love. We saw a friend, I hadn't seen him in so long. It made my heart so happy. I've gotten so many hugs today. And so that's what it's about. That's what it's about. So thank you for getting moved to come down here. I love it. This is what inspires me. It's somebody like packing up stuff and leaving your home and coming down to find us.
In a Sunday night.
Holiday weekend.
Well, you guys are
So beautiful. I want to put some more of this stuff in here. This is so great. Because somebody's going to come along tonight and they're going to be like, oh my gosh. I often like to imagine people just sort of come into this place and opening the door and being...
Marta was saying that she came very often and check the pantry.
Or our friend that calls us the surprise boxes. Like, I always need something in there, but I never know what's going to be in there. So we're going to put lots of warm goodies in here tonight.
Yeah, and I'm glad to know this is here because I didn't know until I saw the food. So
here
I can come stop by because I just live right up the street.
Yeah, so this is one of our most frequently used pantries, and that's a good point. So we have pantry doctors. That just helps us to make sure that every day somebody's filling those. Somebody said, "Oh, it's always empty when I go to fill." And I'm like, that's a good thing. That means that people are accessing the resources, and that the resources in here are what's needed.
Hey.
But you can also randomly fill. So we invite people to just come by one of our street pantries and randomly fill that. If you want the list of things, we can send that to you of helpful items that we showed you some tonight. And hop on our Google Maps. You just put Velo Street Pantries on your Google Map, and it'll show you where all of them are. So 15 of them. Asheville-Buncombe County. So we're heading on. We're getting ready to go east. We got multiple pantries down to OT, Black Mountain. You may not know that there are people literally who are homeless out in Black Mountain, down Candler, down Arden, all over. A lot of people say, "Oh, y'all don't go out of downtown, do you?" And yes, we do, because we have people all over.
Yeah, it's because a lot of people in avoid even to come to downtown for all the harassment and the destroying of the campsites that people have, so people avoid downtown too.
Yeah. That's for sure. I'm going to give you some love.
Be safe out there.
This must be
See you soon.
Yeah, see you soon. It's nice to see you. Thank you.
Go, and when you go home, realize that tonight there's going to be people that are going to have this and be warm. That's really wonderful.
Love you.
Love you.
Bye.
So this is just incredible. So we're going to take this with us to the next pantry stop. It's like a drugstore.
Yeah, this is the power. I guess we record the power. This is where the power is came. When we start believing, then we can be the change, and then we can act in the moment, and then we can start giving steps for a better life or and a better situation of our community.
And that's what y'all are seeing right now. Is every one of us has the power to say, "Hey, how you doing? Are you okay? Is there something I can get you?" Just coming down with whatever bag you have, and you may not think it's a lot, but it is. It's going to make a difference to somebody.
Yeah.
Or more than one somebody. I want to talk about our friend Marty. Marty's a lawyer that I met through Friends of Friends on Facebook, and so followed his work for a long time. And then we met him personally when Lalo, Poncho's brother, was taken into ICE detention. And what he did is literally moved down to a community where the detention center was. because there were no lawyers there, which was really, really a powerful act. And so he talks about his work. He'll say he picks up a starfish and puts it back in the ocean. So he'll often say, another starfish today, because he knows that he can make a difference to somebody, a life-saving difference, a difference to somebody's family. And every day he does that. It may not seem like a lot. It's a lot to me. But the cumulative effect of all those starfish, right? The cumulative effect of us coming out to the streets year after year doing this work. We got so many calls over the holidays for friends that we've known for years and met who are on the streets, who are now home, working, getting promotions. They call us and they tell us all this good news about what's going on. Kids that are growing up, going to birthday parties.
Yeah, and because people have to remember that we are in our 14th year of being, I guess, running.
Yeah, so you think, you look out and you may think this situation's hopeless, but we know the people that through the power of community, through this Beloved family, all of us together have been able to come home, have their lives transformed, have transformed other lives. We have countless people now who are went from the streets to where we've been working with them that ended up going on to become peer support specialists and other kind of helping roles in different nonprofits and ministries and work, addiction counselors, you name it. So we have a lot of people that went from being a part of the Beloved family to creating dreams and really a support system to now they're doing incredibly well and giving back to the community in such beautiful and amazing ways. So we love particularly the holidays for that time where so many of our friends are calling us to wish us a happy holiday and telling us all about how things are going in their lives and what a difference it made that we all came together through Beloved. And that's what happens is we lift each other. So that's very, very powerful.
Mira Smith say, I bought some hats and gloves for you all today. Where should I take them? The donation center, or just go look for your boss? Yeah,
either one, or you can go out to one of our street pantries. Again, our donation center is at 32 Old Charlotte Highway, 28803. So that's right off of Fairview Road as Fairview comes into Swannanoa River Road there at the Buncombe County Golf Course.
And Fiji, I hope that I'm saying your name right, say, Mira, if you can go to Google, you can locate all the street pantries. Thank you so much to answer, because sometimes we are in the conversation and it's hard for us to answer.
Yeah, you can find our street pantries on Google Maps. Just go to Google Maps and put in Beloved Street Pantries, and it'll show you where all the street pantries are. So if you got hats and gloves, that's a great place just to drop them off so that people can get them directly in the cold weather.
Yeah, Becky is saying, where are you? I want to bring some things.
Oh, awesome. So we're getting ready. We just are leaving our pantry on Merriman Avenue, and we are heading over to the mall where our other pantry is, right there on South Tunnel Road. So if you want to meet us there, that'd be amazing. We'd love to meet you. So if you go into the mall parking lot, you'll see a bus shelter that's also handicap accessible. There's a big ramp there, and our pantry's right next to that bus shelter. There at the mall, but you can easily access it through the mall parking lot, and it faces South Tunnel Road. So we'd love for you to come down and meet up with us. But again, you can place items in the street pantries or go over to our donation center Tuesday through Saturday, 11 to 1.
32 Old Charlotte.
32 Old Charlotte Highway, 28803. And we have a volunteer there during those hours because we're often doing outreach like we are now, so we want to make sure that there's somebody there to greet you and thank you and tell you all the ways that you can get involved at Beloved. So we're going to shut this off. So grateful for this truck named Esperanza that we were able, again, through the power of your help, to be able to access this. And this truck does lots of things.
A week ago was full of toys.
Yeah, full of toys.
And diapers.
So it's full of toys and diapers. which was awesome, going out to neighborhoods and getting that to area families. Often it's full of food that we take out to neighborhoods. Has been able to do so many things. Has been full of building supplies to help build our deeply affordable micro homes. So this is a heavy lifter. Her name's Esperanza, and we're grateful for her. She does deliver hope all over the community. So we're going to head east. So one of the things that's really powerful too about this truck, I was saying, we were reminding ourselves that last Christmas it was snowing. I don't know if y'all remember that. And of course, nothing was open. Oh, there's somebody else. Hang on just a minute, y'all. There we go. Hey, how's it going?
Thank you. Y'all do this a lot.
Oh, my
y'all.
God.
Thank you very much. It means a lot. I'm Kimberly. I've been out here for about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and I'm trying to get into a treatment center for alcohol. But I've been out here, but y'all always do this, and I think it's amazing. I really appreciate everything you do.
Hey, can you get your sleeping bag?
Thank you. Yes.
Awesome.
See, I'm on right now on the computer report. There's a hole in it, but thank you. So do it on the inside.
But this inside, so it's got string in there, and you can just tie it in there, and you just throw them in there. It's going to get up to about 56 degrees
I heard
in
it's
2
starting to
hours.
start getting cold, really.
It's going to start dropping fast tonight.
I like this coat, y'all. It's very warm. I didn't have a coat, so thank you.
Oh, I'm
Yes.
so glad.
Thank y'all. Yeah, it's been a bunch of domestic stuff with my kid's father out here. And so me being alone right now, I'm finding myself, it's good, but I got to do that treatment center thing, for my kids.
So you know about Code Purple, right?
I do. The churches, I stayed there last year.
So Code Purple right now for women is Salvation Army. It's Code Purple tonight.
So, after 6, though, they say you have to have law enforcement take you to this control.
Yeah, well,
I have a tarp over my tent.
Yeah, you can go down to Salvation Army, and you should be able to get in.
Okay. All right.
They're down to it.
Thank y'all. I never met y'all before.
Less than getting, law enforcement involved and that sort of thing.
Y'all have saved me for menstrual, all that, and
good.
there's a lot of people out here. If I have something extra, I'll put it in the box too.
Yes,
and a lot of, pass it
so
on.
cool. We see a lot of people doing that. That's why they're there.
There's a lot of,
all there together.
Yes, ma'am. And, I noticed homeless people will help you. I used to have the world and, people fall off, but I've noticed that when I first came out here, people, they will give you the shirt off their backs out here. Just, and it was a beautiful thing to me. I just, but thank y'all for everything y'all do out here. And I'm trying to get a job and I'm trying to get back on my feet.
Well, do you have access to internet?
I don't have a phone or anything right now.
Okay.
And,
So, because I would love to connect that with you. and
yes,
help you
ma'am.
find
You can
resources
look me,
and stuff.
Kimberly Prince. That's
Okay.
me on Facebook.
Oh, cool. Okay,
and I
I'll
would
message
love
you.
to. Yeah, I would love to.
Yeah, and we're on Facebook, so you can
Thank
message
you.
us on Facebook.
I will, and I will thank y'all.
And I can help you with the treatment. Figuring out treatment
Okay.
center and
Thank
all
you very
that.
much. What's your name?
I'm Amy.
Amy, I'm Kimberly. That's right.
Okay.
Thank
Give you
you.
another hug.
Okay, thank y'all so much.
Yeah, get into shelter if you need
Okay,
to.
it's gonna get cold.
It's gonna drop tonight,
Okay.
about 40 degrees. So
No,
by-
the flashlights. That's the only concern I have.
Yeah.
Is there any way y'all don't have an extra light with you? I hate to ask. I found that canned heat in there. I've never used it.
got this for you.
You're amazing. Thank you so much. Thank y'all.
Yes, I don't have a lighter on me. I don't think.
Appreciate you so much.
But yeah, you're just gonna open that up and light it.
Okay, that's great. Thank you for candy, and it'll keep you warm too.
And you got hot hands in here.
Yes, ma'am. I took a couple bags. So I
So
usually keep
in
them
your
in my
black
bag.
your black bag's gonna have a bunch of hot hands in
Okay,
it too.
thank
so
you.
that throw those down in the sleeping bag.
Awesome. That'll work.
And that helps. But to get to
Okay.
Code Purple, the other thing we're telling people is the buses are running January free.
January for free?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a voucher, a voucher that we had got when we first got here, and I'm out of those.
So you don't need anything to ride the buses right now.
Well, no, I'm out of the. So January it's free.
Yeah,
so,
it's free.
Okay, awesome.
Their bus passes didn't come out, so it's just they're running free buses all of January. So
Thank
ride the
you.
bus.
Yeah, it's getting away from the domestic. It's both of us, and you know, it's not just him. And I don't want people to think that, but it's still willing to walk away from my kids. I wanted to be better for her, but I said, you know, now it's like we're doing more harm to her, same with each other. And so, but yeah, I wrecked this car, totaled this car last year.
Well, I've got some ideas for you, so I'm gonna look for you on Facebook.
Please do. Kimberly Prince, PRINC from Rutherford County.
Gotcha. I'll look you up and I'll send you a message.
All right,
okay?
good. God bless y'all.
Yeah, great to meet you.
Great to meet you.
Take care of yourself. Okay, I'm gonna send you a message so you know how to connect up with us.
Thank
Okay?
you very much.
Yeah, take care, dear.
I just wanted to thank y'all.
Oh, I'm glad you ran into us.
Me too.
That was
I
a gift to us. Yeah.
Flags for my tent.
All right, on.
Just kidding.
See you, dear.
Bye, honey. Y'all take care.
All right. So, I don't know if y'all could hear a lot of that, so I can tell you some of it, is that she was super happy to meet us. She's like, I've never gotten to meet y'all before. She's fairly new to the streets, but had heard about us, and also has been.
I think that she have one of the jackets that we have.
That was in the pantry. She said, I needed that jacket so much. Thank you so much. And she's already had grabbed the emergency tent. So I was explaining to her more about how to use that. And also the winter kit. So, and she said I use these street pantries all the time, and they have saved my life so much. And she's like, I need a coat tonight. She didn't know about the weather, so I was explaining to her about that. What shelter options are available, and just checking in on that. And she's also looking for some other support resources, so I'm going to help her with that. So we figured out how we're going to connect up so that we can go deeper. So a lot of people don't know that about our work as well. We don't just hand out gear. That's just the first step. So often the gear takes us to where we're connected. So I connected with her and was finding out. She was sharing just now some things that she needs, some resources that she needs to be able to connect so that she can be as healthy as possible, which is awesome. And so, I heard from her, really starting the new year with some very powerful intentions, and maybe y'all are doing that too, about ways that you want to get healthier, decisions that you want to make in your everyday life to move forward. And so really excited to be able to connect up with her and help her with some of the things that she has intentions about. And she was just real excited. She gave me a hug, was really happy to see us, and so grateful for the sleeping bag that we gave her. So again, often we run into people like her who, she'd have a coat before she went up to the street pantry. She didn't have a sleeping bag, so we just gave her one, the winter essentials. So she used a sterno. She was very excited about that, to learn about that. Fairly newly homeless, and so that's often, you're finding people and really helping people to learn about what resources are out there and how to take care of themselves. Feminine hygiene products, she was talking about how that's been so helpful at the pantries. So again, these street pantries are really powerful. So she was at the street pantry and I think looked and saw the bus. So she came over just to thank us with what she was doing, to meet us. But we were able to then form this relationship where we're going to be able to resource on an even deeper level.
Only nothing more. I guess nothing more. I was thinking, she bring blankets, a coat, nothing more direct than what just happened. Like you think she just came, we have some stuff in the pantry, somebody that needed take it from there, like in less than 2 minutes or 3 minutes.
I don't know if you're watching still, I hope you are. You may be going back, and I'm going to be reaching out to you. But yeah, the coat that you gave is now with Kimberly.
And with somebody that don't have cold, they don't know about, then it's gonna be cold and
Amazing. So that's what I'm talking about.
in a Sunday night, holiday.
So her getting up and leaving her house to bring that back, right, made a difference to another young woman on the street. And it's just like, what a remarkable story, when we think about that. And that's the miracles that we are to each other. And that's what I love about Be Love, right, is that we're just helping to facilitate people connecting. And being able to share your gifts. And Kimberly actually also talked about how, when she had things that she didn't need, she would share it into the pantry. And we've heard that a lot. Our friends on the streets use that as a place to share resources with other people, which I think is incredible. And we've seen people use the pantries like that a lot, sharing back resources. Maybe they run into a resource and they realize they don't need it, so they give it back to somebody else.
Maybe this is the story that when somebody asks us, how direct is my donation? If I give you a donation right now, how direct is my donation going?
Yeah.
Like we can share this story, like 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Direct. Yeah. It gives me like goosebumps to think about that.
It was very powerful. Like I said, like she was in the house. She thinks, oh, they are closed. I have some things then I can donate. She came with a bag. She donated the things, and later have a woman. They need all the things. Then she was done like.
Yeah. It's incredible. It's absolutely
with any
incredible.
paperwork, like she don't have to sign any paper. Only with the trust and with the love directly from the community to the community. Powerful.
And that trust and love then builds on itself, right? What Pancho was talking about this paperwork and things like that. Just building, being able to hug her and us share, like, oh, here's how you can reach me, like a friend. That builds that trust that's so important as we go forward, to be able to kind of create those connections. Because then she's going to trust us as we go deeper. And that's the goal, is to build that trust. Because once that trust is there, it's there. And it's there for a lifetime. And like I said, we have these really long relationships with people. We've been around 13 years, so we go back a long ways with lots of people. And to see people go from struggling on the street to doing really well, to being able to help other people.
Like the other day here in this pantry that is besides the mall or in front of the mall, we met and we saw Miss Mary.
Yeah.
How long you have known Miss Mary?
Miss Mary was the first person I met in Asheville, which is really incredible. The first person on the street I met in Asheville. And our birthdays are one day apart. So we've spent many birthdays together celebrating, and just so beautiful. Community elder, to see her. I think about, I had a really good friend while we were out on Patton Avenue. We had set up the truck and we had our coat rack out, and we were sharing gear this afternoon and talking to people. Had somebody in their car driving by who just literally stopped the car on Patton Avenue and honked the horn and was like, hey, Happy New Year, and just these kind of friendships. I think this is our friend who said, I want to meet you. I think this is them.
Yeah, thank you for coming.
I just literally want to cry right now. So I don't know if y'all saw that our friend Melissa had come to the pantry on Merriman, and we were getting ready to hop in. Y'all are amazing. We're getting ready to hop in our truck, and a woman waved us down who literally got the coats that she brought, that our friend Melissa had brought 2 minutes ago, like y'all are doing. This is incredible.
I was just on Facebook and saw it.
This is amazing. These are hot hands, so they've got a whole bag full of hot hands. Look, it's chocolate night, because Melissa brought chocolate too. I was just talking, so this is Godiva chocolate, y'all. So this is what I was saying earlier, just like feeds the soul. I don't know, I was saying I have this big sweet tooth, so this is like my comfort food.
Me too.
So this is perfect, right? To just say to somebody, we love you and we care. We got to wrap up boxes of chocolates. In fact, Miss Mary, we gave Miss Mary a box of chocolates here right before Christmas. This is so cool. Look at that, the little jellies. And like you were saying, this is incredible. Like little jellies. Who didn't love the oatmeal cream pie, Little Debbie? This is really important. So these are really helpful, some calories, and look at all this drinking water. So this is really incredible. So you want to come help us build a pantry? Sure. That would be awesome. So we're going to just like climb up this little hill right here. Set the water on the ground, we can break that open and then sort of stop it really like you can take them out of the box. You can take them out of the box or they can sit in the box. Sometimes it's nice to take them out of the box and then more people get out there.
So we hope that more people feel inspired, having a day of inspiration.
Y'all are inspiring us.
It doesn't take much. It took me 5 minutes to go to Walmart.
There you go. So 5 minutes, we were just talking about Melissa, like literally 2 minutes after Melissa came and brought a note, a woman came to me because we were able to research her. This is awesome, man. This is the word, guys.
We start very good this year. I can't believe it.
This is like such a new year. This is like a happy new year present, for sure. Seeing all of y'all here, this is incredible.
I want to do the the dance of happiness.
So let me tell you all about Queen Mother. So Queen Mother is a wonderful elder in our community, and she lived down the street from us in this little house where Bebop started. But she just passed away about a month ago now, and so she was like a heartbeat. Because she'd be dancing, she would be like, woo! So happy to see y'all and to see like what's happening tonight. So look at this whole pantry of water. Such a huge need, such a huge need. So we're going to start adding some more. So we got breakfast muffins, this is awesome. So these calories are so important to keeping people warm in the cold. It really is. We're looking at the top right on top. It's going to feel so awesome. I'm going to see the end of that. And then we're going to grab these hot hands.
We almost never talk about it. Only this is powerful because it's in front of the mall too. So having this free access or in a place that you're supposed to have a lot of money to have access, powerful.
Because this is like you're right in front of the mall.
Yeah.
So where you can go and get all the essentials for free. So I love that. Look at that. That's looking like happy, super happy in there. So we're gonna put some more hot hands. Maybe we'll go for the bottom part in here. Yeah, so these are awesome too. Yeah, we'll just put those in there. That's incredible. So then people can grab a snack and have a so just that easy, y'all. We got some more down here. These are crackers. These are really helpful as well. So we'll just grab these and open them up. Grab these in the peanut butter crackers. This protein is really awesome. So you see, just a little love goes a long way in the pantry. Awesome. Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. We try to like make it look like a store, so that's perfect. Make it look all pretty, so I'm gonna put these down here. This is cool, Pancho. This has never happened. People come and
This is powerful. In a Sunday night. We just start 2022.
I'm so excited. I love it. And while we're excited, y'all, you know, sometimes I think about this work because we've been doing this work for a while now. It's our 14th year. And so sometimes, especially during the pandemic, I can't tell you how many people would look at us and be like, how are y'all doing? You know, and they expected us to be like, wow, this is really hard and we're all wrecked. And this is the stuff that like gets us so jazzed.
It's powerful.
Like seeing the people like y'all coming out and saying, I'm gonna help. Meet y'all right now.
And you saying that only take you 5 minutes. Like 5 minutes.
I love it. And how like Melissa got out from her house and came, and 2 minutes later a woman came and needed what she put in there. So tonight people are gonna be taking that. So when y'all go back, you can think about tonight when this weather gets second guessed herself. She was saying, I just have this little bag of stuff. And I guarantee it, like this pantry right here will save lives tonight because these hot hands are in there and this food with these calories. This will literally save lives.
Yeah, and if somebody start the year like a little painful because they are living in the streets, this chocolates there is gonna make the life of somebody very, very nice. They're gonna think like, oh, this is the best year. We already start. Oh yeah.
Somebody brought us these wool blankets, so they're like super thick, but they'll fit right in the pantry. So this is where we do the pantry squeeze. See if we can get the gloves on top of here. And this is a really nice pantry because they have the best shelter right here, so sometimes we are super sneaky and we'll put a couple things. So tell us your name real quick.
Becky.
Oh, I love it. We're connected. So we're going to put these in here and then they go. That's perfect. And I'm going to go put these around here. So people will see them out.
Yeah, thank you. See you.
Stay in touch. We look forward to it. Thank y'all.
Bye. What a night.
Oh my goodness. I don't know if they understand like why we're so jazzed, but this is incredible. This has never happened to us. And we've had two different sets of people meet us at the pantry.
In a Sunday night. How random.
And this is why I love community, right? Because community is so very powerful, and I'm just really super moved by this. Like as much as we're like smiling and dancing, I'm almost in tears too because it's so cool to be accompanied by this community and to know that it's all of us. And I think sometimes people think, oh, you know, there's Amy and Poncho and all the Vila people that you might see here on social media, but it's all of us. It's Becky and Sean and Melissa and all of you. We need you, and this is community. This is how we live together. And we like to call it the power of we. There's something that happens when we all come together, and that cheered me on. I've been doing this work almost 30 years now. And that cheers me on. Or meeting Kimberly and knowing like she knows people have her back as she begins to come out of a really intense struggle that she's gone through. People out here loving her and showing up for her that don't even know her. And that's really moving. And she one day is going to go and have somebody else's back in their struggle. And that's what this is all about. It's all of us coming together. And that's mutuality. Bye!
Yeah, it's powerful. Like I say, in a Sunday night, the next holiday is we came from the New Year and it's people in the community. Like It's a reflection. Like, this is what you are saying. Only I think that what we are experiencing right now is a mirror. A lot of people in our community then really believe and what, because we always think that beloved is more a mentality of being part of the community and help the community in the more way than we can to make of this place a better place for everybody. And I think that we are seeing the reflection of all these this night.
It's a way of life. This is a way of life. And this is why we do the media. This is absolutely, because we want to reach out to y'all and let you know kind of what's going on and how you can make a difference. And we saw that tonight. Like, you know, if you talk about 3D, like, I don't know, what is this 4D? Where people come from there and they're like, come here.
Oh, yeah.
Incredible. Incredible. So we're so moved, and I know a lot of y'all are out there doing it. Joy, I know you're holding it down in West Asheville, doing lots of stuff with the street pantries. So many of y'all are coming through, showing up at our donation center to support, volunteering to wrap gifts. Over 1,000 gifts delivered via this truck, and counting, because King's Day, January 6th, is a big day that's celebrated, particularly in Latin America, that we're going to celebrate with kids and keep this joy going as we enter the new year. So many ways that you can live. Like they said, it took them 5 minutes. I love it. They were watching, they got up, they went and got things, and then they helped us fill this pantry, which is so cool. So we're going to keep rolling. See what else happens. I don't even know. It's awesome. Last week this parking lot was full, you know, and now it's empty. And yet, here we are filling this pantry because we know there's lots of people that live right around here that can use the help. So that's just, this is incredible to me. I'm almost like speechless of how this has happened, but I think it's a true testament to what, you know, we hope that Beloved is. Beloved at its essence is community. It's about community. So if you're pretty new to Beloved, we say the heart of our mission is community, and that's why we end up doing so many different things, because we love people in this community.
And you remember the other day we were talking, and what happened if any issue was in this world, if it was no homeless, it was no any issue in the planet.
Somebody said to me, like, you know, I'm so glad that Beloved is here, but I hope you don't have to exist one day. And they were talking about our work around homelessness in particular, and I said, well, we definitely want to end homelessness, and we're working every day for that. But, you know, we hope that we always exist because our mission is community. And so we hope that we're around forever to make the community better, we hope one day celebrate, because all these issues and struggles will be gone because we've solved them together collectively. But community we need. All of us need community. So I love that African proverb, it takes a village to raise a child, and then I always say, and we all need a village. And that's just as true as it comes. It looks like we have a friend over here, so let me go here and see if they need here. Hey, how are you? Can we offer you an emergency tent?
Yes, please. I was gonna see if you had any cash I can have, but this is awesome.
Yeah.
No gloves.
Check this out.
Yeah.
It's just a hoodie you put over whatever.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I've got,
really nice.
and this is our emergency kit. So this has gloves that go down to -20.
Oh, nice.
Hot hands, all the stuff.
Sweet. Thank you, hon.
So you know about Code Purple?
Yeah.
So shelter, Code Purple shelter all this week, if you should need that.
Y'all need any help?
Always, look us up. We'd love that.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'd
tell
like
me
to
your
help
name, man.
sometime. Dalton?
Dalton. Good to see
Dalton
you, Amy.
Boyd. Nice to
I
meet
love
you,
it.
Amy.
You too, man.
You're really pretty.
We got this street pantry. Thank you, sir. We got this street pantry right down here,
I
too,
eat
if you
all
need
the
it.
time from the little boxes.
Oh, word. All right.
Thank
See you soon,
hon.
buddy.
Good evening.
So I don't know if y'all can hear that, but he said he eats all the time from the little boxes from the street pantries. He's accessing food via the street pantries. so again, it's just super powerful. Like we hear a lot of testament from folks that we know on the street.
It's 24/7.
Yep, they are utilizing the pantries. So really awesome. It's sort of the pantries are like out in front, right? So they're doing the work all the time in all different places in the community. So that's just really incredible. So being able to offer him, the gear again, we're seeing people that don't have the gear for this weather. Seeing so many people that are not ready for this weather that's coming up. So that's why we go out to the streets and while we help to care for people ahead of these storms. It's really an essential part of our work. So you will not see Be Love Monday through Friday, 9 to 5.
No holidays.
No holidays, no weekends, because what we do is this is about the way that we act to and with each other. So we know this storm is happening. We're out today. It's a Sunday on a holiday weekend, but we want to make sure that people are cared for. So we go out to the streets. So we literally are following the weather, following like crises, like flooding when it happened, and really responding, going out to community. Not unlike our friends tonight, Sean and Becky and Melissa, who came out immediately and responded, which is really incredible. So that's sort of our model. In fact, we found somebody camping today who was new to us because we're always going out and trying to find people who hasn't, been able to access a lot of resources, and it's really cool to say, hey, we come to you. That's why we come to you, so that you're able to access resources in ways that you might not be able to access resources. So, like I say, we're heading east to our street pantries down here. We often encounter people here that need the support in our community.
Yeah, so having a very good night today. Like we hope that everybody enjoy and feel inspired. In this Sunday night, we're gonna be out. Happy New Year. And yeah, we invite you to be inspired and to start believing that together we can be the change. Small things is what make the change. Small things made by hundreds or thousands of people is what make the big change. So thank you so much to all the people that have been writing to the city council. Thank you so much to all the people that have been supporting us in one or other ways, to all the volunteers that help us to keep the donation center going, to all the people that donate, money sustainers. Thank you so much to everybody, and you are like you can see, you are our inspiration, and we hope that we can be your inspiration too, and this can be a circle of inspiration.
It really matters to us being in this circle with you all. It matters to so many people. One of the things that I love is it says a lot about humanity, right? That we come out and we connect with people. And so many of my family now are strangers that I met with just this. Have become long part of my life and dear friends. Our street medics, I think about a lot of them that we met on the streets, and they continue to do this work. Though they're doing well and have kind of come through their struggle. So it's just really cool to see all the different ways that when we come together to inspire each other and encourage each other to be the change, what that does, what love in action does, literally. And it just fills my heart, really. It makes, I wasn't, we're going into this new year, I wasn't quite really sure about, I don't even think I've gotten my equilibrium about 2022, but tonight has really set this moment. It's very meaningful to see community in action.
So, Frigid, I hope that I'm saying your name right. You bring hope to us homeless. We love you guys.
Same. I'm so grateful to hear from you, and you're one of the people that encourage us a lot. We were talking about meeting up the last time. We had this huge cliff of weather and such a struggle with meeting you and so many others. We heard a concert that night from our friend Anna our Facebook page, saying keep going, thank you for what you do, it matters, and for me it's like really incredible to know, it's like such an honor to know all the people that we get to connect with, and you're one of those, Bridget, for sure, you're definitely one of those people that I'm like, it's an honor to know you, and so that's what we are to each other in this world. And I hope that as humanity we can kind of realize this. We're in a time where we look at each other and we often don't see the humanity in each other. We don't see the giftedness. We divide each other on all these categories. And what we need to do is begin to find our humanity again. And to believe that, diversity is our power. All of our different ways that we bring our gifts and who we are into this world is really what the gifts that has been given to this world is all of us. Same with the natural world, has so many gifts to share, and recognizing that when we can see each other's humanity, that is when we know, right, that we come fully into love and what we're supposed to be collectively. So I'm hoping we can get to that point. I see that a lot at Love, where we're all seeing each other and appreciating each other's gifts. I've had a night of that. So many people on the streets, to be able to, we've seen humor tonight, we've seen tears tonight, we've seen people sharing with each other, people who have very little but are offering that to somebody else. We're saying give this to somebody else because they're going to need it more, or people sharing back into the pantries. Incredible. It's just really incredible to me. It gives me a lot of hope for this new year. And so I'm very grateful for tonight. Tonight has really shifted something inside of me. I don't know about you, Pancho, but going into this new year, like I say, I wasn't really sure what this new year was going to mean. And we've come through a lot of hard stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of hard stuff. And so, we can be each other's inspiration and hope. A lot of people have lost loved ones. To all those who grieve, I'm so sorry. Send out love, and we lost somebody today that's part of our community that's been somebody that's given to be loved in lots of beautiful ways. And so we want to lift her up. Her name's Janet. Grateful for all the ways that she offered compassion. Had another person that sent a message on Facebook who just lost their dad, but wanted to share, their dad had blankets and boots and wanted to share those with our friends on the streets. And I said, what a better way to honor his legacy. And so I could just say countless things about today that I'm just really left with the beauty of humanity today. And how we can really be gifts to each other when we're at our best selves. And that's what we want to be at Love, is really gifts to each other.
Yeah, so I guess we are very close to our next pantry. Probably I'm going to finish the live stream because I think my Facebook is tired. We have been going too long. My Facebook. Thank you so much to all the people that was watching and all the people that shared and like and comment. Remember that the buses are free for 1 month. And remember that it's called Purple. So where is the place that people can go if they need it?
Sure. So letting people know about Code Purple options. So there is the Code Purple shelter. Folks can be at 24 Cumberland Avenue for men at 4:30 in the afternoon, each afternoon this week. Salvation Army for women. Let me just say again that we don't have enough emergency shelter space, particularly for families. So we've been running into families and encountered that today. A whole family with pets who cannot access shelter in our community. So we hope that you'll continue to advocate with our city and county and others to create
2022 is gonna be the year of community. So we invite you to be in the train because the train is going.
Year of community, I love it.
Yeah. So we hope
Happy New
that.
Year, everybody.
Yeah.